Okay, so this is it. This is how we're going to save a bunch of people a lot of money. And unlike the average guy, I have a day job that I do, and I'm not rich. And I try to save as much money as I can, so I try to be thrifty. It's a nice way of putting it, I'm cheap. But within that, I've come to realize something. Now, there's a big hoopla and trend that everybody's doing now, and it's hunting out of a tree saddle. Well, if you look at a tree saddle, the average price of a name brand tree saddle, and this isn't harping on any other companies that make tree saddles or whatever, you know, I know there's times and costs of everything is high right now, and with labor and everything, I understand the price of them, but I'm just not paying $350 for an ash strap. Sorry if there's kids watching this show, but I'm not going to do it. I can buy a tree stand for $350. That comes, if I'm spending $350 on a stand, it's going to have a koozie, a heater in it, and a butler to wipe my hind in whenever I get done pooping. So, with that being said, this is it. This is the DIY poor man's tree saddle. And we have everything here besides the sticks. But we're going to go over everything now, and I will have a link in the description below because everything was bought off Amazon. So let's go over everything on this tree saddle. We'll put it on, we'll test her out, and show you all the rundown on it. Okay, so the first thing with every tree saddle is the saddle itself, and this is actually a xben Linemans harness off of Amazon. It has all the specifications and weight ratings and certifications that it needs to be safe. And this is a universal fit. The static strength is, to be technical, 15 kN. Climbing harness standard EN 12277. Now this is weighted for 350 pounds. I'm nowhere near that, so I'm okay and I'm good. The only thing about this saddle that I had to modify on it, and we'll put this in, was the power cord around the toggles for your carabiners to go in for your lineman's rope. I wrapped that up in power cord just to be quieter and try to be as quiet getting in and out of the woods as I could. At $20 from Walmart is what I got for the power cord. I didn't even really buy it for this. I just bought it because power cord's a handy thing to have when you're hunting. But it's got a front attachment here to where if you want to clip your carabiner to the front, you can clip it to the front too. It's padded strap, and you can hang off that way if you like more of a frontal support, or you can clip it on the sides here like everybody else does on a regular saddle. Now, this is the lower back pad on this harness that will go on your lower back and support your back, and this is the butt straps. Now I wasn't really sure on these, that this is for linemen to put their lineman belts on and hold their tools, but the other use that I seen for it is, we'll get into that later in the video, and it's kind of cool that this is a multi-purpose thing that I figured out you can do a plethora of other things to do with it. But the only thing that's different between this and the other saddle is it doesn't have the full butt cage that you can go into, which really wasn't a big deal for me. And you have the padded leg straps. All in all, for this saddle, we paid, I have to go back and look, $34.97 for this saddle completely. So when you go to put this saddle on, what you're going to do, quick and simple, put your foot through that foot lock there, put this leg through that in there, bring it up, bring your back strap up, and I like to tighten my back straps up first. So we will grab it, tighten that strap up around, tighten her down, come to this side, and tighten this strap up here, even it out, center down. Then I go to my leg pull straps, pull that down, get them situated how I want them, come around to here, pull this strap, tighten it down how I want it, and then what I will do after that is I will bundle my tag ends up, and they give you a handy dandy band to put your tag ends in on all 4. So there you go. All in all, that took probably a minute, if that, to get this tree saddle on. Next thing we got is any harness needs your lineman's rope. Lineman's rope helps you get up in the tree, and it's what attaches to the side to your main rope to the tree to be able to unhook the saddle. Now, this is a hunter safety system lineman's rope. It comes with the carabiner, and it is the crucifix knot on it, but you can buy a handbrake, you can do whatever you want. I just went with the crucifix knot because that's what it had, and that was the simplest thing that I could do with now, and I didn't want to have to deal with the brake because I just wanted to try this out and see how it worked. But all together, for this and the 2 other carabiners that I have here, I was out $29.98 for the whole thing here. So the next thing that we have after that, hunter safety system lifeline rope that has the other crucifix knot in it. You got your loop end here. Now you take it, wrap it around the tree, bring your other tag end through, bam. And I actually already had this rope, but if you're wanting to buy this rope too, you're looking at another $20 for this rope. So that's everything that was run down on it. Let's get to actually getting in the tree on the saddle. Okay, get that dadgum prickly branch out of the way. Now how I would do this is if I was climbing up into the stand. I got my lineman's rope right there. Take this tether off of the tree. Now you can put any pouch, I don't have a pouch on this yet, but on these side clips you can put any pouch or anything else that you want on there to hook onto it, to put your tether in, any accessories that you want, release pouch if you shoot a hinge or a handheld that doesn't connect to your string or that you don't have a wrist strap for. But if I'm coming into the tree, I take my lineman's rope, wrap it around like any other saddle, clip my carabiner on the side, adjust my slack that I want, and then as I climb up with my sticks, I would shimmy on up the tree using this hands-free, put my sticks up like any other saddle. Now, say we get our platform on, this is where the other small bridge red hookup in the front comes in handy. I will take my tether, I will throw my tether around the tree wherever I want it. Neighbor coming by on a four-wheeler. Adjust it, clip it on the front, tighten myself up. Now this is where you can do one or two things. You can either leave, well, you can do 3 things. You can leave yourself like this in the tree for double support, bridge this, or you could take off your lineman's rope and just hang off the front support that you have here, and you don't have your bridge, this big bridge getting in the way. You got a skinnier rope that you can sit here and pivot off of, and I still got my back support and my butt support that I have. Or you can do this, the last thing. You can take your lineman's rope, swing it back over, attach it, one hand, grab my tether, adjust my slack. Pull the tether carabiner through, hook it up to this bridge, pull my slack back up, and then there I go. I'm now attached like a normal saddle through any other bridge. You can adjust to where you can go lower in a tree, get your knees on it, and like any other saddle now, I have the ability to go anywhere I want around the tree. Okay, so now we get back to the multi features of this. So say you kill a deer, it's gutted, you're by yourself, you're out there in Missouri, Nebraska, anywhere. You got the deer gutted and you got to drag it out. No one else is there to help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lineman's rope and I'm going to hook it into these little side straps that it has right here on this side. Bring it around the back half of me, reverse what we do if we was in a tree. And then I'm going to hook it around this side. I'll take my tether and I'll wrap my tether around with the loop around the deer's neck like I would in a tree. Adjust my slack to whatever I need it. Hook it in to my lineman's rope with my carabiner on my crucifix knot. Adjust the slack, and then I got full wheel drive, full hands mobility of whatever I need to do to get that deer up by myself. So all in all, I think this is a pretty cool setup. I mean, the most expensive thing that you're going to have, obviously, is your steps and your platform. Steps usually run between $100 to $150, whether it's Hawk Helium, XOP, whatever you're wanting to get. And the platforms run about 150 to all the way up to 250 bucks, depending on whatever you want. It doesn't matter whatever your flavor is. But as far as the saddle, we got $67 in this saddle off Amazon. Everything you see here, 67 bucks versus $350 just for a saddle, name brand, with the tether and the lineman's rope. So all together with my setup, with whatever I buy as far as sticks and a platform, you got $300 for the platform and the sticks and $67 for the whole saddle setup. That's $367 versus any other name brand setup that's going to run you anywhere between $600 to $650, $700. It can get on up there. So be thrifty, guys. Be smart, guys. Be safe. But this is a multi-purpose tool. I will leave a link in the description below to where you can find all this on Amazon. You guys shoot straight and kill a big one this season.